Let's bring in our next guest, Philip Gurule, and my co-host, Mallory Mode. Philip, how's it going?
Going well.
How are you, sir? Mallory,
Good to be
Phil.
here.
Hi.
Good to be here.
Now, Philip works for Macro Financial Group. Now, what is it that you guys do?
We're mortgage lenders.
Okay.
Right? So we help our clients achieve the American dream, purchase homes, and finance real estate.
Not so far ago, there was a thing called a recession.
Yes.
And all kinds of foreclosures were happening.
That's right.
And the American dream was going away at a fast rate. Is the American dream coming back?
The market's come back. The market has definitely come back. We did have a really rough few years back in 2008.
Were you in it the whole way through that?
I got in the market in 2003. Yep.
And so you stayed in.
Stayed in.
A lot of people bailed.
A lot of my competitors left the marketplace and started doing other things, but I stuck with it. And
I'd have to think that would make you better at it. Because you had to be better to get the loans done during that time when the banks were like, whoa, the brakes are on. We're not giving out the money that easy.
I think so. You know, the strong survived, and I weathered the storm and was able to work with, bring on new clients and help my past clients, stay in their homes, and did what I could to, weather the storm. And here I am, 5 years later, still in business.
Well, one of the things that killed the market was the housing market went through the roof. Little 2-bedroom, 1-bath houses in the tower were getting appraised at $260,000. And right now, let's talk about people that are looking to get in their first home. That same house, I believe you could buy in the $120,000 range right now in the Tower District.
That's right. Yeah, there's a lot of good properties out there. Prices have come up the last 2 or 3 years, but nothing compared to what we saw in 2004 and 2005. The affordability right now is really, really good.
And the rates are low.
Rates are super low.
So let's take a look at a house that's $120,000. What is a payment on $120,000 right now?
Well, I don't like to throw payments off the top of my head.
Throw one out.
I'd say anywhere from $800 to $900 a month, all in.
Okay. For you renters out there, $800 to $900 isn't getting you a lot of home or for that matter, apartment anymore.
Yeah, in that price range, if you compare the monthly mortgage compared to what you'd pay in rent, it's really comparable. And once you take into consideration the tax write-offs, right? Because you're able to write off your mortgage interest, your property taxes, buying a home at that price range, it makes a lot of sense. And we're helping a lot of clients with down payment assistance. A lot of times the biggest, hurdle to buying that first home is saving up enough money for your down payment and for your closing costs.
Cash up front, yeah.
So we have a lot of down payment assistance
programs. How does that work? Do you have to pay that money back?
Some down payment assistance programs come in the form of a grant, so you don't have to pay it back. Other programs, they're loans, and you do pay them back over time.
Okay. And you do all that work yourself, right?
I do.
The home buyer isn't out there looking for grants for their down payment. The mortgage guy's doing
That's
that
what
for
I
them,
do,
right?
definitely.
Well, that's helpful because buying a home can be really stressful.
It's the worst.
It's just like, it freaks you out. It's like stacks of papers this high. And it is.
So
it's
I walk the clients through the financing end of things.
I want somebody to help me out with the home purchase because it is so stressful. And I think the first home I bought, me and the mortgage guy practically went at it. Because he kept telling me, oh, it's going to close this day, it's going to close this day. I'm like, I don't care if you tell me it's going to close 60 or 90 days in the future. Just give me a date that I'm going to be okay to start planning to move into my home. It was horrible.
Exactly. Yeah. It's so that's what we do. We strive to make the customer experience as easy as possible, and really walk them through all the intricacies of buying your first home, and we really strive to make it a good customer experience for our clients.
Now, here's the real American dream. Owning a home is great. Owning multiple homes and renting them out and making money is the American dream.
Right.
Is that possible?
Oh, yeah.
Are banks giving second loans and
I
third
don't know,
loans?
Chuck. That sounds like the American nightmare to me.
Well, I've been the landlord before, yes, and it can get quite the nightmare. But let's talk about that.
Yeah. No, I do have clients that are buying investment properties, buying second homes. For those for purchasing an investment property, there is more down payment. We're talking at least 20% down.
And probably not an assistance program.
There's no down payment assistance programs for investments. Right.
So now, when people are coming in to buy a home these days, what is it that they need to do to buy a home?
So we look at, compared to, what we saw in the market back in 2004 and 2005.
You needed nothing.
You needed nothing, right?
Right. You didn't even need an ID to get. You didn't.
So now the underwriting guidelines are a lot stricter, which I think is good for the market, right? It's good for a sustainable housing market. So it starts with taking a full loan application, right? Finding out where you work, how much you're earning per month. We
and how much of a house you can afford.
Exactly.
Because the worst thing is this: I love this house only. You can't afford this house. You need to buy something smaller.
So we have that conversation. Right?
That happens a lot, doesn't it?
We show them, the maximum amount you qualify for. And just because someone qualifies for the maximum amount doesn't mean that they should buy something in that price range. So we walk them through, all the qualification processes and let people know what they afford and what's comfortable for them at the end of the day.
Is it better that they call you first, or can they just walk in your office?
I think a phone call would be better. Yeah, definitely. Set an appointment and we can set a time to chat. Yeah.
Where are you located at?
Located right down the street here in Olive in the Tower District.
Olive in what?
Olive in San Pablo.
Oh, you are right around the corner.
Right.
All right, good for you, Phil. All right, so I'm sure you do a lot of tower homes?
Yeah, we do. Done a lot of transactions here in the Tower District. Excellent. For sure.
Excellent. Okay, Phil, thank you very much
for
coming by. Always good
me.
to see you. Mallory Mode, Phil.
Mallory.
Hey, we're going to take a quick commercial break and start the second hour of The Buzz. Mallory, would you like to get straightened out?
Straighten me out, Chuck.
Okay.
Straighten me out.
We have Dr. Stan Gerbrandt coming up here next. Stick around.